Hi friends, this is Steph. Welcome back to my kitchen. I want to share with you a recipe that I made a couple of years ago, and I do have a video up for it, but it was before I had a tripod and I tried to do it with one hand and I don't think that the directions were very clear. So what I want to do is make the recipe again. It is just such a wonderful cookie. It's worth your while. It's easy to make and the flavor payoff is tremendous. They are called almond butter sticks, and if you can see my book, it's stained and handwritten notes and everything. I've had it for years and years and years. Just don't want to part with it. So what you do is you combine some almond extract and sugar, and then you just set that aside. And then in your mixing bowl, you combine butter, cream cheese, flour, baking powder, and salt. Blend that well into a dough, and then what you do is you sprinkle a little bit of flour on the counter, roll the dough out, and then sprinkle the almond and sugar mixture over top of that. And then you fold it into three, roll it back out again, and do the whole process another time. And you do that like 4 times, and what it does, it builds up these wonderful layers of dough and sugar filling. And when you bake it, the aroma is just out of sight. And the cookies are absolutely delicious. So let me get started. Now I am only making half a recipe. This makes a lot of cookies. So what I have in the bowl is a half a cup of butter, 4 ounces of softened cream cheese. I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of baking powder, a little sprinkle of salt, and I'll blend that together first. Okay, the butter and the cream cheese and the baking powder are well combined, nice and smooth, and now I'm going to add the flour. And I am adding in 1 cup and 2 tablespoons of flour. And just mix that together until it forms a dough. It takes a couple minutes. Okay, now what you do is you sprinkle some flour on your counter, and of course this is scrubbed clean. Spread it around. And then you turn out your dough. As you can see, it has a nice texture to it. Try to shape it into a rectangle. Okay. All right. Then you take your rolling pin and you put some flour on that. And then you start to roll this out. And you want to get to about a 9 by 16 rectangle, okay? I'll try to show you one complete step here. Okay. I'm sorry, my quarters are just a little tight here for maneuvering. Okay. So it's roughly 9 by 14, 15. And then what you do is you take your sugar and almond mixture and very generously you sprinkle that over top, and just kind of use your hand to spread it out all over. Bring it to the edges. Be generous with it. Okay. And then what you do, see, I'm going to take my little spatula here. You take it, okay, I hope I'm showing this right, and you fold it into thirds. You bring the ends in and fold it over. And you'll have to add more flour as you work with it so that you can move it and turn it. So we've done one layer, one rotation. Sprinkle a little bit more flour. little bit more on the rolling pin. And just roll it out again. Try to get that rectangular shape. Then more sugar on this layer. Again, just use your hands to spread it all over. Well, I wish you could smell this. It's just so wonderful. That almond extract and the sugar. It's really, really good. Okay. I'll get my little spatula, dip it in flour. Bring this in. Whoops. I hope it didn't move you too much. Fold it in about 1/3 of the way. And bring the other side over. And you know, if I was not on camera, this would be going much, much smoother. But I hope you get the idea. So I've done that twice now, and I'm going to do it 2 more times. And then I'll show what happens after that, okay? Okay, I've rolled the dough out for the last time, and now I'm ready to begin cutting it. The oven is preheated to 400 degrees, and here's what we do next. You can take a knife or you can take a pizza cutter, whatever you like, but you'll begin to cut them into strips of about 1 inch wide, and I'm just going to start in the center and work my way down. And try to get 1 inch wide strips. You might have to dip your knife into flour to prevent it from sticking. So, okay, and then it depends on how long your rectangle is, how long the cookies will be. I'm going to start down the middle, and I will try to just see if I can get them about 1.5 inches long. Need some flour on the knife. Okay. Once you have the cookie cut into rectangles, then you just transfer them to your cookie sheet. I'm using a bench scraper here because it's easy. Put them about 3/4 of an inch apart. They don't spread too much. And you will bake them at 400 degrees. Watch them carefully, you don't want them to get too dark, for about 8 minutes. Ooh, hot. All right, friends, the cookies are done. They are really delicious. There's that nice buttery dough and then that almond sugar filling. Let me see if I can show you the layers. Can you make out the layers that folding and turning created? They're just beautiful. They're not hard to make, and I think you would really, really like the flavor of them. So, thank you so much for stopping by with me this afternoon, guys. I hope that you like this recipe and give it a try, and I will see you soon.